Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Gamer Show. I'm one half of the host, Fred Y. Man, is it going to get hot in the kitchen today, y'all. I got a topic, or I got a question for you. That's the topic of the show. Can you remain friends with your ex after a breakup? Hey, before we get into it, man, we have a massive giveaway coming up, man. And we do it every year on The Gamer Show, where you guess the score, you win the prize, right? So these are the games that we are going to be playing. They're going to be simulated games played. It's going to be Madden, NHL, NBA 2K, FIFA, and the show, which is a baseball game. We're going to be simulating those games. If you go to the description in the description that's on your page, you can go to the event page. There you'll get all the information that you need. But we are asking the questions: can you be friends with an ex after a breakup? Now, this is my opinion, and this is my opinion alone. No, you can't. My opinion. It's impossible. It's nearly impossible for you to be friends with an ex after a breakup. This is why. This is the main reason why. Because the person has seen you naked. That's why. Okay? You can't maintain that friendship especially if you're in another relationship. You can't maintain that friendship at all. At all. My opinion, right? Wish I had a female on the show to give her side a point of view. But no, it is impossible. And to me, it's unfair for you to remain friends with your ex while you're involved in a relationship. That to me is just stupid. It is just asinine to me. It just boggles my mind why you want to hold on to your past while you're dealing with a possible future. You understand me? It's crazy. It's crazy to me. And some of you all out there in internet land are famous for doing so. Real famous for doing so. I've been through that situation, and I know I'm not the only one. My situation was so wild, man. It was a wild ride throughout that whole relationship that I was in, dealing with that girl. You can't. It's impossible. For me, it's impossible, right? I'm gonna wait for a couple more people to get in here before I go into that story of what happened to me while I was in that relationship with that girl. But pros and cons of being friends with your ex. No pros. And we're all adults here. If you're friends with your ex and y'all just broke up, see what happens in a relationship when two people break up. Sometimes it's a cool down period where both parties. Let me get something. Where both parties, they have a cool down phase, right? And after a couple of weeks, after that, depending on how long you've been with that person, y'all break up and y'all have a cool down phase. And then maybe a week or so, y'all get back talking to each other. And y'all start to act like you're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? These late night entanglement encounters. And then that's all it becomes. Now, what happens is that one of the parties starts to date somebody else, and that entanglement still occurs, right? And I guarantee you that half of you all that watches this episode, whether you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, I guarantee you that you have fell victim to that situation. So both of y'all are officially broken up, but y'all still having entanglements together. And then one party actually starts to develop into a relationship, right? Starts going out and all this other stuff, start dating. And then they're still having this entanglement with the other person because, like I said, depending on how long you've been with that person, you feel more comfortable with having that entanglement with that person versus having a brand new entanglement with somebody else that you don't know. Especially depending on how you are handling your entanglement. Yeah, you know what I mean? And then once you find out that, hey, this person that I'm dating now is better for me, and I see why I stopped, you know what I'm saying, why me and this other person broke up, maybe that continues through the first maybe month or so, and the other person is none the wiser. And then sometimes if the new relationship goes further, then that person starts developing a conscience. Then there's signs that you got to pick up on, man. There's signs that you got to pick up on that would tell you if you're in that scenario. Some of you all are in that scenario right now where you just broke up with somebody and you're dating somebody else, but you're still having that entanglement with that other person. And not knowing that the other person that you're dating, the new person that you're dating, is better for you than what your old one was. You gotta start looking for those signs, man. And people can be really sneaky and really, really sneaky. And I'm gonna tell you, this is not throwing no shade, but men are terrible in cheating. We are very terrible with cheating. We used to leave numbers in the pocket. Now you leave numbers on the phone. You know what I'm saying? You leave texts on the phone. You leave these TikToks and whatever stuff that y'all download these apps on, and you leave them open. And when you fall asleep, either your old lady goes and sees the fingerprints, the fingerprint swipe or the swipe that's on your screen, and she opens up the phone and she goes through it, and now she's seeing all these texts and inappropriate texts that you are having. Or some of y'all are heavy sleepers and she'll use that finger on that iPhone and boop, and she's right into it. Or that face recognition, man, I guarantee you that has got a lot of you guys and a lot of you females in a lot of trouble. But men are generally terrible at cheating. Women are the best at cheating. Women are super duper the best in cheating, because a female can cheat on you and you would never know. It would take you years. It would take you years to find out that your old lady was cheating on you. They are the best at it. Now, I'm not, like I said, I'm not throwing no shade. This is more on the negative sides of guys, because we're not good at it. So stop doing it. You know what I mean? Don't do it. You're not good at it. You can't maintain that. You can't maintain that level of cheating with you know what I'm saying, without getting caught. You're eventually going to get caught. So that's what I'm saying. Don't do it. But guys, we are terrible at cheating. Females are the best at it. The best at cheating wise, right? So when you get into these scenarios, you should never still be friends with the person that you was dating. Like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, there are cons and pros of being friends with an ex. For me, the pros are none. The cons are many. This is the one important thing while I say that you cannot, my opinion, that you cannot be friends with your ex. And the number one reason why you cannot be friends with your ex is because you have seen each other naked. You cannot do that. You know what I mean? You just can't. To me, it is just disrespectful, especially if you're in a new relationship and you're bringing this ex around your possible future. It's a disrespectment. Males and females, don't do it. There's this show called 90 Day Fiance, Happily Ever After, or the other way, right? Yeah, I do watch. So what? I do watch 90 Day Fiance. So what? Now, there was this girl that had a baby by this guy that was in Nigeria or the Dominican Republic or whatever it was, and she wound up bringing her ex to Nigeria. It was this white girl. I watch. Thank you, Bird. Thank you. It's another person that watched 90 Day. So you know what I'm talking about. This girl brought her ex back and let her ex stay in the house that she was currently living in with, I guess, her baby father. I don't know if they got married or not yet. Are they married, Bird? Because you know who I'm talking about. But I said that would never, I would never stand for that. I would never stand for that again. Let me tell y'all what happened to me, right? I was dating this chick. Now, she lived a far distance from me. I'm in Maryland. She's all the way out in VA. So, in order to see each other, it was about like maybe an hour drive each way. I would either come out there and spend the night, or she would come down here and spend the night. And what happened was that when I met her, she had just not so long ago broke up with her boyfriend. So her boyfriend had moved out, right? So me going back up to Virginia, her coming back down, it was vice versa. She decided that I think she was going to move to another state. So she decided to give her an apartment, right? So what happened was, guess what she did? She wound up renting a room from her ex. Now, they're called apartments. For some, I don't know why they call them apartments, but it was a house that was converted into an apartment, right? There was a house. Oh, they aren't married yet? Okay. So there was a house that was converted into an apartment, and okay. So she was staying with him. And you want me to tell you the most uncomfortablest thing was always every time I would go back down to VA to go see her, I'm spending the night in this dude's house with his ex. Crazy. Now, this is where the downfall started, right? We were about to go out to the movies one evening. So I got dressed, she got dressed, and as I'm walking out to the hallway, her ex comes out, and she is walking, you know what I'm saying? It was a small area, because when you went out of her room, you know, you made a left and you keep going straight, you hit the kitchen, but if you had to swing another right, and that was the downstairs. So she goes up to the guy and was like, "Oh, I love that shirt." And she's caressing his chest, right? Her ex caressing her chest. "Oh, I like that shirt." Then that was the first time that I ever met this cat. And she said, "Hey, I want you to meet Fred." And I'm like gritting my teeth, man. I'm in the process of snapping out. You know what I mean? And from there on, I knew that this relationship was not going to last long, no matter how hard I tried. But I knew it wasn't going to last long. Because what happened was that I guess she got tired of always, after she gave her her apartment, I think she just got tired of always coming back down here to Maryland. So she was like, "Well, won't you come up here?" You know what I'm saying? She was like, Well, I asked him, was it okay for you to come up here? And then this dude says, oh, I want to meet him. What you want to meet me for? You know what I mean? That's another thing with you people dealing with your exes. You think that your exes think that they need to prove the new person that you're dating. You understand what I'm saying? Another reason why you shouldn't be friends with your ex. So he said okay, and then that was the day that I went up there because I got off of work, drove up there that night because I didn't work weekends at that point. And that's when I came out in the hallway and she's, oh, I love that shirt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, this, you know what I mean? So I'm mad. So that was the first incident. The second incident was when his brother had passed, right? And this is another thing where it becomes complicated because when you're involved in a relationship, depending on how long y'all in that relationship, you start developing friendships with the person's family members and stuff like that. So what happened was that his brother had passed and she wanted to go to the funeral, which is quite respectable. But then she called me and she hit me with this. She said, is it okay if I go to the funeral? Well, no problem. That's not my call. You can go. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even have to ask me that. She said, the only reason why I'm asking you is that his father is going to get us a hotel room. I'm like, okay, so he going to get you a room and he going to get him a room. It's like, but we're going to be sharing the same room. What? What? You're going to a hotel with your ex that's going to be emotional about losing his brother. And come on, man. Come on, man. Are you serious? From that point on, I knew that the relationship was not going to last. I really knew that was a stamp. That was a stamp that I knew that relationship wasn't going to last, man. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You want to go to the hotel with your ex. So long story short, I think she thought about that because we wound up going to the funeral together. So we drove out there, and that didn't happen. But she still remained living with her ex. And then a fallout happened. I don't know why. So she had to dip. You know what I mean? So that was the scenario that I had to go through because I was dealing with a female that was dealing with her ex. Even now that, my daughter's mother. Together for 18 years and she's still dealing with this dude. I mean, this dude is still calling her mother and all this other stuff. So during the course of our relationship, he was always in the picture. Fast forward 18 years later, we're no longer together, but guess who she's dating now? The ex. You know what I mean? Married and all. So that was like a fight streeter blow in my gut. Man. But I say this to say that it is not good for you to maintain any type of relationship with an ex or socialize with any of the family members, because it's only going to cause a potential problem with the person that you're currently dating, because it's just not right. Why are you still dealing with your past? Why are you dealing with anything in your past, right? If you're an ex, you put an X on something for a reason. It's no longer needed or you don't want it anymore. It's defective. That's what an X is, right? Because if you're with somebody, if you're with that one person that you're dating, that one person is supposed to be like you know what I'm saying, your best. Now this is a fairy tale because this is not always true, But the person that you're dating, they say is supposed to be your best friend, right? You're supposed to be able to come and talk to them. You're supposed to be able to go out with them, and then you get all the entanglement perks that you want in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are in that type of relationship, right? Now you have that same perks with that ex. So now that you no longer want to be with that ex, all of that gets cut out. No matter how, whatever, you know what I mean? All of that gets cut out. That X is an X for a reason. You don't, when you put an X on that X, that means that whatever that they have, it can work if it ended in good terms. That to me that's debatable, Bert. And I tell you why. If it ended on, well, the only X's that I think, in my opinion, should be still sociable is like if you have a kid with them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about no puppies or no PlayStations. If y'all share the PlayStation, then, you know what I'm saying, take it to Judge Mathis and, you know what I'm saying, let him decide who get that PlayStation or whatever. But if I don't know if that's going to be wise, because you got to think about the person that you're dating, right? And this goes back to the topic that I did yesterday about can males and females maintain a friendship without having an arterial motive, right? Because this is the situation with sometimes when you sometimes remain close friends with a person that's an ex. Well, if they were good friends at first. If they were good friends at first, then number one, I wouldn't have never dated them. I wouldn't have even approached that. I wouldn't have even went to that, because I had a lot of female friends that never blossomed into a relationship. And I never even took it that far into getting a relationship. Every time I get a female friend, it's not because I couldn't hit and it failed, so now I'm going to be a friend to them. I developed friendships with females just like I developed friendships with males, right? And what I'm trying to say, and that's where the line drawn, right? So if I'm good friends with a female, then I wouldn't chance that. I'd rather have that long lasting friendship with the female instead of having many entanglements with that person and something happens and now she's not my friend anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I said yesterday, I had a good friend. I had a very, very good friend. And we were like peas in the pods, right? I thought we were. We were so tight that people thought at work that we were in a relationship, and we really weren't. We didn't touch, hold hands, kiss, or none of that. And what's strange was when she used to come over to the house, we used to just sit up there. Some days, if we watched the movie, we sit up there and watch the movie. We slept in the same bed. And there was nothing that materialized out of that. You know what I mean? I didn't. Hold on. Get what you're saying. The relationship ruined the friendship if it didn't work out. Yeah. Yeah. Basically, that's what it is, right? Long-winded, right? So I just wouldn't. I wouldn't stand. I couldn't take it to that next level, because even when I met her, it wasn't even on like, oh, you're sexy type person and I want to get with you. We were just good friends. We hit it off at work, and then we started to hang out. Every job that you go to, you get that clique that you hang out with. And primarily, she was part of that clique. But we used to hang out. We used to go out. And everybody would, to this day, people don't believe me that me and that girl weren't just friends. They always thought that we were more than friends. And people that worked at that store that I'm working at, when they watch this, they'll say, "Oh, I definitely know who you're talking about." But it was never a situation like that, right? So that's when I said yesterday that's a blanket statement on Steve Harvey's part, because that's what inspired that show. So sometimes it can, sometimes you can't. But in the instance of you being already been with a person in a relationship, and then y'all break up, and then you get into another relationship, to me, somebody is still has feelings. There are some type of hidden feelings that's still there. Because if you're an ex, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. But if I'm still remaining your friend, there's a quality there that I just don't want to give up. And that's kind of selfish of that person, right? So you may have broke up for any other reasons, right? Any type of particular reasons or whatever it is. But there's one quality in you that person is not getting in that person that they're dating right now. Maybe it's conversation. Maybe you have a better temperament than that person that you're dating. Or maybe that you can go to them with problems, and it's an open line of communication, and it's not an open line of communication with the person that you're dating. So you fall back on that ex, right? That still, to me, that still has some type of feelings that's in there. You still feel some type of way about that person. And it's like, if it ever became a problem where y'all met up and you started talking, and maybe some drinks start flowing, and then you find yourself alone with your ex, there's a possibility that an entanglement may happen. You know what I mean? So, for me, I just, like, when you're an ex, you're an ex. There's no need for open lines of communications. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, there may be a small inkling of chance that you can remain friends with an ex, depending on how that relationship was. Depending on if it really was a relationship. Now, look, if you were with somebody and y'all are just bumping uglies together, and there is no stamped relationship on that part, I think that's an exception to the rule, right? Because that was just something that y'all was doing. You was free, they were free, and y'all decided to trade whatever for one another, you know what I'm saying, to get you through the day or the night or whatever. And then y'all wind up in separate relationships. Then you can, I think that's more feasible. But as far as just depending on how that relationship, and I wouldn't even call it a relationship, it was just a friendship. If you have a friend with benefits, and that's what it was, a friend with benefits, and that's all that y'all were doing, I think that I'm kind of on the fence of that. I'm saying sometimes yeah, and then I'm saying sometimes no. But that's kind of a hard situation. That's kind of a hard question to answer. Is it possible for you all to if you're to maintain a friendship if you are if it was just friends with benefits type things? You would have to be very cautious. Very cautious. I don't think that maybe it should just be a phone friend. Somebody that you just, hey, whoop-de-woo, whatever. All right, talk to you. And that's it. I don't think it should be one of those encounters where, y'all go out and stuff like that and things happen, because somebody's feelings are still kind of attached there. There's still there's still a light at the end of that tunnel that's hoping that, you know, you trip over a rock and bump, now you're back in. You know what I mean? Or you trip over something and whoop, you slip right back in. So, man, I wish I had a female on the show to get that point of view. Wow, that's just, I don't know. It's tricky. It's tricky. I tell you what, if you do remain friends with a person that you were in a relationship with, I think that you should, first of all, talk to the person that you're currently with now and let them know, just out of respect. Just say, hey, look, this is my ex. You know, we didn't break up on bad terms and we're still cool. I just want you to know, yada, yada, yada. And I think the person that you're dating, I mean, first of all, they're not going to like it because nobody likes sharing their man or their girl. That's the first thing that's going to come to mind. Nobody's not going to like that. But I think if you're open and honest with the person that you're dating and you tell them from Jump Street, hey, this is what it is. You know, we're just friends. That's it. I think that would subside the situation. Now, if the person be like, look, I want to meet him and stuff like that, I would say no, because what do you need to meet the person for? That's just somebody in my past. You understand what I'm saying? I don't need you to tell me if you approve of that person or not. You know what I'm saying? Because quite honestly, I know that person a lot better than you. You know what I mean? And some people are with it, some people are not. Like, that's hard, man. That's hard. That's a really tough question to answer. And again, when I started this episode, I was going in thinking one way, but since the bird posed one of these questions, I'm kind of looking at it in a different scenario. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you that what I went through with my ex moved back in with her ex, or, you know what I'm saying, rented a room from her ex, and the whole, oh, you look so good in this t-shirt, or I like this t-shirt, it looks so good on you, stuff like that. Man, I mean, anybody else would have spazzed out. They would have just truly spazzed out. But just the topic on that, man, I don't think it's wise. I really don't think it's wise for you to put the person that you're currently dating in that situation. I mean, it's totally up to you. You know, I'm not no licensed therapist. I'm just a dude with a platform, and it's totally up to you. This is why I say that males and females, you need your female friends. Male needs their female friends, and females need their male friends, because this is a question that you will pose to your opposite sex friend to see how the person that you're dating may take it, right? So you bring it to them first. Yo, come here, sis. Let me ask you a question. This, that, and the other. You know what I mean? And then you try it out on them first, and then you bring it up to your dude or your old lady. You know what I mean? So I think that would probably be the best way to do it if you're going to have a continuation of friendship with an ex. But me, in my experiences, I just wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't do it. Because it's a dangerous situation. It's a very dangerous situation. And it is not fair to the people that you are currently dating. Oh, or the person that you are currently dating. I don't think it's right, man. I don't think it's right. What do y'all think? Y'all think that it's cool? You think that you can maintain a successful friendship with a person that an ex while you're already currently in a relationship? I would say you can maintain that friendship with that person if you don't get involved with anybody, right? Because what's going to wind up happening, and like I said, we're all adults here, and don't be like, oh no, you know what I'm saying? Because it happens all the time. When you're single, when you and that ex make it official that you're single, you're still doing relationship things. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you're not together all day, but 10 o'clock, you're either over their house or they're over your house. And they're only over their house for one purpose and one purpose only. You know what I'm saying? Because they need their needs met. And what's safer than going out trying to hook up with somebody else when you already got somebody that you already been dealing with? And that's what they do. That's exactly what they do. And that becomes a complication when the person is trying to date somebody else. Now, you feel some type of way, or you know what I'm saying, because that person is dating somebody else or seeing somebody else. You know, you make that phone call and be like, look, I can't talk right now. Let me call you back. It didn't work for me. Yeah. It didn't work for you because you got pissed because you got married and moved in with your wife, even though she had 2 kids after we split. Yep. Yep. That's what it is, man. That's what it is. That's exactly what I'm saying. Had to block her, man. She even was wishing I had died. Damn. She wished that you had died. Oh my God. Everybody on Facebook, I wish y'all could see this. Go over to YouTube if you're watching on Facebook and look at the comments, man. I'm glad that you alive, my brother. I'm glad that you still alive. She wished this man dead. Damn. That is terrible. That is terrible. So for those of you that's just joining, we've had a vicious discussion on can you remain friends with an ex after a breakup. To me, it's not possible. And I've gone through personal experiences where I've seen that you cannot. It's not fair. It is not fair to the person that you're dating. You cannot. To me, if I've seen you naked and we're not in a relationship and I get into a relationship, we can't be friends anymore. We cannot be friends. Especially somebody texting me. Let me turn this. You can't turn my phone off. It's just ludicrous, man. It's absolutely ludicrous. It's despicable that you have to sit up there and you got the best of both worlds. You got your ice cream and your cake, and you're loving it. And the person that you're dating is none to the wise. Now, I tell you this: if I'm with somebody and I befriended a friend of theirs, and I found out later down the line that, oh, y'all had some entanglements together, that friendship, that relationship is over and done with. I have no cut cards with that. I'm done with that, because you should disclose that information at the beginning of what we were doing. So if I find that out, that's a number one rule for me. That's a break. That's a totally break off. Like, look, All right, Slim. I just got the news. You know what I mean? Like, hey, why you ain't? First, I want to know why. Why you ain't tell me? You know what I mean? Why you ain't tell me? All right, that's cool. All right, and I'm out. I'm bouncing. I'm bouncing like one of them plastic balls inside the Walmart bin. Do they still have those? I doubt it. I don't know. But yeah, man, it's it's wild, man. It's wild. You should never. You should have no contact with an ex. No contact with ex, uh, like family members. None of that. None of that. That relationship should dissolve immediately. Immediately. Because if you're friends with the mother, the father, the cousins, and all this other stuff, I guarantee you, oh, you know, they still talk about you. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't like the new person there that they're dating, they're gonna potentially intentionally say some disrespectful stuff. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could all go out to the bar or whatever, and then, you know, it'd be a messy one of these messy friends or one of these messy cousins. You know, they said this, that, and the other, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all was this, that, and you start reminiscing on what you and them and Day was doing before, and man, and then the new person just sitting back like, man, what am I doing here? You know what I mean? Why you keep bringing up Day? First of all, Day ain't here no more. You know what I'm saying? Day not. I know Day your cousin, but Day not here. She not dating Day no more. She dating me. You know what I mean? So that's one thing that yeah, that's a problem within itself right there. That's some stuff that could potentially happen as well. Um, what else? What are the other cons of having an ex as a friend? Having an ex as a friend, you have to be careful on the type of advice that they gave you, that they give you, right? Because this is, and I just thought about this. You can have an ex, y'all broke up, and then you're telling your ex about all these problems that you're having in your current relationship. All of a sudden, now your ex is this most magnificent advice giver. They have all the answers that you ever need. They suggest these things and all this terrific stuff that you should either try or the person that you're dating should try to do. But where was all of that when you was dating that person? Where was all that when you was dating that person? Gotta be careful of that sneaky advice, because that advice is really saying, well, if you get back with me, this is what I would do. This is what I should have done. Won't you just come back over here and just try it for a while? Take me for a test drive overnight. You know what I'm saying? That's what that advice is really saying to some. So you got to be careful and you got to look out, because your ex could be messy as well. Your ex could be very, very messy, and they they try to groom the situation to later on come back and say, gotcha. I'm telling you, man. But that's all I got to say about that. This would have been a little bit longer if I would have had a female panelist co-host. Y'all check this out, man. Continue on the conversation, man. If you know what I'm saying, if you can be friends with your ex, or can you and a opposite sex person be friends? You know what I'm saying? Can y'all be friends? Y'all keep weighing in on that conversation. Y'all also don't. Let me see. Yeah, they love it when you're vulnerable. That's when they strike. It's like a rat with their back turned to a snake. What's up, Crank? Their back is turned to a snake. He said, "You can't be friends unless you're English." Crank said, "You can't be friends unless you're English." I don't see it, man. I don't see it. When you say English, what are you talking about? The fish and chips type stuff? You know what I'm saying? Overseas. Yeah, I ain't seen you in a long time, Crank. What's happening with you? Man, Crank, I wish you would have came in here early. I don't know if you were in here. But y'all, what is it? Let me get the correct date for you all, because I have another giveaway going on. I have another giveaway. Let me get the date. It is not this Saturday, but next Saturday. Somebody look at the calendar for that and tell me, please. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. We're doing 5. Hold up, let me pull it up. I think it's 5 games that we're giving away. Let's see. Oh, the 23rd. All right. The English people are the only ones that can keep a friendship. You might be right. American people can't do that. All right, y'all. So on the 23rd, Saturday, it starts at 11 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. What we do every year when all of the sport games come out, we do a guess the score, win the game. We're going to be giving away Madden 2022. We're giving away NHL 2022. We're giving away NBA 2K22. We're giving away FIFA 22. And we're giving away the show 21. They didn't make a baseball game this year. So how do you win? First, you got to subscribe, be a subscribed member to the Gamer Show. So you go over to the YouTube page and you subscribe to become a member. You know what I'm saying? Then what you have to do is before it starts at 11, so all of your stuff has to be in. All your guesses have to be in before the games start to play. So I think the show is the first game that we're going to be simulating. So I'm not going to be playing these games. They're going to be full simulations, the full quarters of these games, and I'm going to let them play out. And I already got the teams there. You have to go to the Facebook page, and you have to guess the team score. Hold on. The baseball game comes out early in the year. Okay. All right. So, but all the sport games are out. You got football, basketball, hockey, soccer, and baseball. So we're giving all of those away. Look, I am not a sports game enthusiast. I give these games always the same rating every year. So I have all these sport games sitting in the house collecting dust because I'll play it maybe once or twice, or when, you know what I'm saying, when my man come over to the house, you know what I'm saying, you know, my folks and stuff like that, you know, Juan or Stan or Mike or, Mike don't even play games. So my brother, when they come over to the house, we, you know what I'm saying, have some drinks, eat some food, and play Madden or whatever. And that's the only time that I really play it. So I'm not really big on Madden. And I got too many Maddens in this house that I don't play, right? So we give these games away. So what you have to do is you have to guess the score of the game before the game starts. Now, this raffle starts at 11 o'clock a.m. So it starts 11 o'clock in the morning. Mind you, because I got to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to simulate 5 different games. So it's going to be from 11 until, and it's going to start sharply at 11. So once I start at 11, I think I'm gonna set up the game, and when I say okay, it's closed off because I know the first game that we're simulating is the show. So once that is done, you can no longer put in the guess, right? And again, in case of a tie, we will select somebody at random. You know what I'm saying? But you have to guess that score of that game. And the way that you do it is it's $10 to enter into this raffle, right? So what you have to do is you have to cash app us at the Game Show, and it's spelled $THAGAMERSSHOW. That's the Game Show. And when you buy your raffle ticket, or I call it a donation, when you do that, just put in the score of your prediction. You know what I'm saying? I think so. Say like if you're predicting on Madden, we got the Titans versus the Chiefs. So you would say, Titans. I mean, not Titans. We got see, I told you I'm not really a sports fan. We got the Buccaneers versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So you would say, Buccaneers, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way that you would do that score. You know what I'm saying? So I would know clearly, because I don't want you to put 23-21, and then I'm like, oh, okay. And it's the other way. And he was like, no, I meant, the Chiefs 23 versus whatever. So that's the way that you have to do it. So y'all have time. You know what I'm saying? Tell a friend. Also, congratulations to Chimmy. Dewan called him Jimmy. It's Chimmy. Congratulations to Chimmy. He won Far Cry 6. I mailed it out to him yesterday. And Bird actually won Fast and Furious. We gave that away. What was it? Yesterday? Or the day before yesterday or something like that. And he got a digital code of Fast and Furious. So I walked him through the steps on how to download it, and he downloaded it. I hope you enjoyed the movie. Chimmy, you will be getting that pretty soon. You got the tracking number and all that. So play the game. We gave it a 5 out of 5. It's a pretty good game. Glovebox Gaming, he also gave it. His ratings don't go up to it. His ratings go up to a 10, I think. I forgot what he gave it, but I don't think he gave it a perfect score. But we thought that the game was awesome. So y'all participate in that, man. Y'all participate in that. And people that don't believe that the Game Show, I think we're the only like not really big channel that does this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, the prizes speak for itself. You know what I mean? We have a lot of people that win, and we've been doing this since the conception of the Game Show. So y'all get in there, and if you want to get a copy of Madden, or you want to get a copy of NHL, you want to get a copy of 2K22, you want FIFA, or you want the show, this is a perfect opportunity for you to get it. Now, each prediction is $10. Now, don't think that you can say 5 or 6 predictions for that amount. You know what I'm saying? You can say as many predictions as you want, but each prediction is $10. And for you people that are not local to the DMV area, you have to pay for your shipping, okay? And any way that I get it to you, you know what I'm saying? So you have to pay for the envelope, or that I send it in, and you know what I'm saying, and the packaging I put it in, you have to pay for all of that. And you can't squabble over that. If this is the thing, this is what, 50, over close to $300 worth of games. If you win all of that and you just spend what, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, you spent $50, you just paid for one game. You understand what I'm saying? So don't squabble over that, man. You paid $10 plus your shipping and handling, which is probably, I think Chimmy's was $6 that he had to pay for. And he brought 2 raffle tickets. So that was 6, 7, 8. He paid $8 for Far Cry 6. He got Far Cry 6 for $8. And that's not a bad deal when that game is like what, 53 something something or whatever it is. So yeah. Yeah, so it is what it is, y'all. And then Christmas. Christmas, what I do is I'll get a whole bunch of movies, and either I'll just put all the codes on the screen, and y'all can just download these as you want, as you will. So Christmas time, we do give stuff away for, and you don't have to participate in that at all. What it is just movies or game codes or whatever it is. We'll tell you if it's a movie. We'll tell you if it's a game code. We'll tell you where to redeem it at and enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So the show releases on Christmas. We don't have a specified time that it releases. You just have to always check back. And it'd be some good movies on there. I collect them throughout the year. That way I just put a movie to side and put the code. You know what I'm saying? I do the I already start doing the show at the beginning of the year, and I just don't release it until Christmas Day because I'm still working on it. Like every month, I'm adding a new code on there for something. Sometimes every month, but it'll be a lot of codes on there for you all to go and download. But I think this year I'm gonna just I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it movie based. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But Christmas Day, y'all, come tune into the Gamer Show. You can watch it on YouTube. That's where it's primarily going to be on. YouTube. You may get a notification on Facebook. So when I release the show, I'll share it on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. But it primarily is going to be on YouTube. So when you click on the Facebook link, it's going to go to the YouTube page. And whoever get those codes first and redeem them first, there's your games or your movies. But I thank you all for watching. But keep the conversation going. Y'all know, y'all keep that conversation going about the this is a hot pot in the kitchen. This conversation is, this topic is. And y'all stay tuned. Saturday we have the reviewing of Metroid and Back for Blood, I think it is. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Back for Blood. Yep, that's it. So we're reviewing Back for Blood and Metroid. So y'all come through. No, Sunday. I'm sorry, Sunday. Sunday night we're doing that review. Back for Blood and Metroid. And like I said, don't forget about that. Guess the score, win the prize thing that we're doing. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you, Bird. Thank you, Crank. Thank you, everybody that did come out and listen to the show. Please have that discussion later on down the line. I see more people are coming in now. Let me hold off. Because I'm seeing more people coming in. I don't know if it's on the YouTube side or the Facebook side. So let me know who's in here, because I was about to close it out. But if we have more people coming in, we can keep the topic of discussion open. Bird kind of agreed with me on the topic. My man Crank, he said only English people can do that. The English is more proper, and they're. Well, I'm not gonna say that because now I'm saying that Americans ain't nothing. I mean, a couple of us ain't, but I guess the English know how to deal with those type of situations better, is what Crank is saying. So he's not saying anything disrespectful in any manner. That's just his opinion. That's what the game show is about. It's about voicing your opinion, and it's not canceling you because you don't agree with somebody says. So, how do y'all feel about? I guess I should keep it open because there are more people coming in here. How do you feel about the situation where staying a friend with your ex? Me, I'm looking at it probably, I want to say a soft no because of some situations that I've been through. I want to say a soft no. And the most reason for it, the most reason for it is the entanglement encounters that you had with that person. And now you're bringing that person around the person that you are currently dating. Now, I don't think that that's wise. I think for me that's a disrespectment of the person that you're dating. I don't think that's going to have your relationship do any type of growth, because there's somebody, it may be you, there's somebody that's putting salt in the game. Just picture this, right? And I've said this is the second time that I've said but I always repeat myself, and people that watch the show knows. But doesn't it seem, and I may be wrong, doesn't it seem like your ex always gives the best relationship advice? Your ex gives the best relationship advice. The best. But if they give such good advice, if they had all this good stuff, why are they still your ex? Why are they your ex? If they have given you this marvelous advice, why are they still your ex? Why are they your ex to begin with? And then your ex are always your most dearest friends. You know what I'm saying? And they talk to you in a manner where, I mean, it's just so delightful. They do all this stuff, but yet they're your ex. And this is where that situation comes in, where they're either grooming you for something else, and then you start to think, damn, why did I break up with this person? Why did I break up with this person? And then what happens is that the person that you're dating, now you certainly kind of like leave them in the dust and go back to your ex. Within a couple of weeks, y'all back arguing about the same thing that y'all was arguing about before that led to the breakup. Now you're like, damn, I see why we broke up. Now you try to get back with that other person that you broke up with to go back to your ex. Now you find that they're unavailable. Right? Sometimes you be like, it is what it is. But you can have a person treat you so good and be so like this is the person that you have been looking for. They're catering. They're loving. They have great conversations, all the above. You know what I'm saying? But you only spent like maybe a month with that new person, but they have all these great qualities that your ex didn't have. Now all of a sudden your ex possesses these qualities that you have been seeking before. Because let's face it, man, when you break up and you still have feelings for that other person, you kind of change the ways, your habits. You kind of have a different lookout on life, especially if the person that you were dating before, you know what I'm saying, had these qualities. And now you're going back. You're going backwards. Now you're back in the same rut. Now you're back to arguing about little stupid crap that you weren't arguing with the other person that you were dating. Now, what happens? Now you become bitter. You become bitter. And that's another good conversation. You people that become like bitter because of your last relationship and you carry that over to your new relationship and y'all are the worst. Y'all are the worst. Because that bitterness that you're carrying over to your new relationship, don't fault that person because of what that person did. Don't do that. You can't get mad. Even if there's a little similarity, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's personality is different. But people may move in a certain direction that looks like the last person that you was with, they moved, but that may totally not be that case. But some people just bring baggage to new relationships. And you make it harder for that person to get to know you. You understand? And some of y'all are guilty of this. Let me see. I think people should only get married if they want to keep. He said, marry if they want to keep the Earth's population going. Well, I mean, that's the key of life. You know what I'm saying? You want to get married. You want to settle down. You want to have kids and stuff like that. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. Every relationship that you get into, that should be your goal, right? You're dating. When you date, you should always look at it like, am I going to be with this person long term? That's how your date should go. You should let all of your little quirks and stuff out at the beginning, so you know if you want to spend the rest of your life with this person, because that's what dating is. That's what dating is. So I mean, well, some people are serial daters where, you know, you date this person, you date that person. And that's just how you are. And if that's what you do, that's fine. But some people, when they date, you should just look at that aspect of the situation. Is this person are we going to be long term? Because there are certain moves that you make with a person that you're going to be long term with, and there are certain moves that you make with a person that's there just for the moment. You know, you don't take a person to the Cheesecake Factory that you know that you're not going to be with for those next couple of months. Nah, you don't take them to the Cheesecake Factory. You can go to Golden Corral or something like that. But Cheesecake Factory, if we're just meeting, you're not getting Cheesecake Factory. Oh no. You're not getting Cheesecake Factory. You know, I mean, Chipotle sound nice, but not Cheesecake Factory. And people say that, oh, you cheap. Well, I mean, I may have enough to get my meal. If you like to go to the Cheesecake Factory, we can always go Dutch. And Dutch is the key that will let you see if that person that you're dating, if you're worth it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go Dutch. Let's go Dutch. Because I guarantee you, when you go, if you go to Cheesecake Factory by yourself, you're not ordering that side. If we go to Blue Dolphin, I guarantee you're not ordering 2 crab cakes. If you go there by yourself, you're not ordering 2 crab cakes, an appetizer, a lobster tail, and all that other stuff. Why are you ordering that stuff now? You want to investigate to see how deep my pockets are? Nah. That's why you don't get Blue Dolphin. You don't get Blue Dolphin. You don't get Cheesecake Factory. You don't get that. You can get Chipotle, and even that's pushing it. You know how much burritos are now? They're like almost, oh, that reminds me, Chipotle owed me a burrito. Chipotle owed me a burrito because they messed up my order. They gave me a bowl instead of a burrito. I'll get that tomorrow. So yeah, but burritos are like $11 now. That's That's just a burrito. That's not no drink. So now I done went on another topic, but the topic was, should you be friends with your ex? I say a soft no, just because of entanglements that happened in the past. So my dog's barking for some reason, and that somebody must be downstairs in the driveway. But I'm about to get up off here, man. Continue the conversation on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube. This time, I'm really going to go, man. Thank you all for coming through, man. Don't forget to go ahead and get into that Guess the Score, Win the Prize, where we play a simulation of a sport game. If you guess the correct score, you will win that game. In case of a tie, we will have to choose one person in random. So that's happening on the 23rd of October. It starts at 11 o'clock in the morning because we got 5 games that we need to simulate out. So hopefully we see y'all there. It will be streamed live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So you have a chance to see it there live. And this upcoming Sunday, we're going to be reviewing Metroid and Back for Blood. So we will see y'all then. Again, thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for participating in the chat, bruh. And I will see you on Saturday, if not before. Y'all take it easy and enjoy yourself for the rest of the day. See y'all.